Here we go again. We got another article here on stories.com. This article is going to discuss a new tax for foreign buyers that will be proposed next week. If you are looking to purchase a home in Toronto and the foreign buyers are really giving you a hard time and you feel like they are the cause for you not being successful in your home buyer search, maybe another tax might help. But the reality is, if foreign buyers want to buy in Toronto and they see it as a good long-term investment, paying a little bit of extra tax may not be their biggest problem. So let's get into the article. Before we do, my name is Mike Carpino. I help first-time home buyers and home buyers who are moving up from their first home on their home buying journey in the Greater Toronto Area. Let's see what stories.com has to say here. So, Toronto eyes the new tax to clamp down on foreign home buyers. This proposed tax stands to bring as much as $15 million in revenue in 2025 and will be considered the executive committee next Tuesday. Toronto is flirting with the idea of introducing new foreign buyer tax, a move that could help the city clamp down on speculative home buying and generate as much as $15 million in revenue in 2025 alone. A report prepared by Chief Financial Officer and Treasurer Stephen Conforti says that the proposed municipal non-resident speculation tax, they're going to call that the MNRST, is set at 10% and would go into effect 2025. That's of course if the item gets the green light next Tuesday from the executive committee. City staff are saying that the tax will help free up Toronto's real estate for residents by deterring foreign home purchasers. The thinking is that this will help put a lid on price growth, or at least to some degree. Here we go again. They are trying to do anything and everything to kind of mitigate what the home prices are doing in the Greater Toronto Area, this time downtown Toronto and the Toronto core, anything with the Toronto postal code, in order to really deter people from investing in other countries. You have to make it not financially make any sense. So if a foreign home buyer is coming here looking at the tax that they're going to pay, looking at these large purchase prices, looking at maybe rents that are decreasing potentially, all of these could be signs that say, hey, maybe we'll invest our money elsewhere. And the hope is that this frees up some of the inventory for people who are residents of the city. Big issue here is people can't afford to buy a home anyways. So you're either going to have homes that are sitting vacant, or people are having a hard time selling, or you're going to maybe allow some of these foreign buyers to buy some of these properties. I don't know if this is a problem that can be solved with just adding a simple 10% tax. To be honest, it's really going to come down to affordability. And if somebody can't afford a $700,000 condo, but an investor or a foreign buyer can, why are we pushing them so hard? Why do we want vacant properties? It's not like all of a sudden somebody can scoop this up. They could scoop up all the other inventory that is available. Let's get back into the article here. So Conforti report reveals that the new program here stands to bring between 14 and 15 million in revenue next year. However, this is a fairly optimistic projection, and it's contingent on the federal government lifting its 2-year foreign buyer ban at the end of the year. If the feds choose to extend the ban to 2025, the projected revenue from this program would drop down almost $5 to $6 million. So as you know, there's already a foreign buyer ban. This is not really cut and dry. If you're a foreign buyer, some are still buying properties. There's a lot of stipulations. If you are going to live here, if you're going to work here, there's certain ways to weasel around the foreign buyer ban. But if this foreign buyer ban finally gets dropped, they can implement this new foreign buyer tax and hopefully cure all of their woes and remove the foreign buyers, or at least limit them in the Toronto market. So let's take a look at the chart here. The report also explains that this would be modeled after the province of Ontario's non-residential speculation tax, which was introduced in 2017, and it hiked to 25% in late 2022. The province has been collecting since then, and they've collected over $1 billion in revenue from tax between 2017 and 2022. 2023 data is not yet finalized, but you will be able to see that within the next 6 months, hopefully, on the City of Toronto's website. So you can see the chart here from 2017 to 2022. They have 4,153 registrants, here you go over in this category here, who are actually foreign buyers, and You've got the revenue in millions here that you're seeing. So 521 is the Toronto portion of that revenue. Ontario portion is twice that amount. So it's going to be 1,059,000,000. So it's a pretty large chunk of cash here. So the proposed plan should not be a surprise to anybody. City Council requested staff to prepare reports on several new housing related streams in September, and foreign buyer land transfer tax was among them. In addition to the tax, the executive committee will consider a number of other items on Tuesday, including the advancement of George Street revitalization project, which has been announced since 2020 and been under construction to some extent. This is the block of George Street between Dundas Street East and Gerrard Street East. Completely overhauling it with a new shelter, long-term care facility, and community services. So foreign buyers, they're trying to get you out of here once again. I think the issue is a lot more than just a tax, but the good thing is the city is generating over $500 million from a project like this, over $1 billion since 2017, so the last 6 years. So there's been quite a bit of money that's come to the city to help it do some of these projects. From the flip side, we need to make sure that we're not implementing too many things to scare off buyers from coming here from another country. It's great if we had the ability to buy all of these as local residents, but if we can't afford them, who's going to buy the properties? We need somebody to invest. So like a city like New York or LA, where you do have investors from all over the world, Toronto is known as one of those few cities that gets a lot of out-of-country investment. If we start to tax or limit the buyers who are coming here, I don't know what the city is going to look like long term. So we should hopefully protect ourselves and not get too crazy. A little tax is fine, but we don't want to implement too many things that are going to just eliminate foreign buyers altogether, if that's even possible. Me personally, I think a little bit more tax is okay. Now, this has been another article from stories.com. If you think this tax is a great idea, hit me in the comment section down below. If you think that they should be taxed more, 20% possibly, I'd love to hear that as well. I'd love to hear your reasoning, and I'd love to hear anybody who has a differing opinion. I am not somebody who just wants a yes man. I want some discussion to be had in the comment section. So my name is Carpino. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.